we're back here at the GSL Kodas Tastosis. About to cast you guys a ZVZ.
Yeah.
A rematch.
It is a rematch. It did go 2-1 in the favor of Sue before. Can Carius beat him this time? Well, that 2-1 isn't really too telling because all 3 games were kind of weird and wonky by ZVZ Heart of the Storm standards.
Do you think we're not going to see Mutas this time again?
I think at least one game we're going to see Muta versus Muta here. Like, they can't just keep doing random all-ins against each other. You know, Eventually it's going to have to come back and tone itself down because they're both going to be very on their toes about such things.
Yeah. They're both going to be very on their toes about such things.
Sometimes I put together these sentences.
You hammer together something. It's like it kind of works, but...
Well, basically, sometimes I hammer together a sentence, and it looks like when Homer would build Bart like a treehouse, where it's like there's all these bent nails coming out of it, and like it's crooked and it's falling out of the tree. But it is a treehouse.
It is a treehouse. It is.
It's
a house
like, you know what,
tree.
Homer, that was actually really kind of you to do that. You know, you got to appreciate it. One day when Homer dies and Bart is an old man, he'll think back and have a tear in his eyes. But he did build me that treehouse. He tried his best.
He did.
Just like one day nerds will look back. I will be immortal and living on the moon. But they'll look back and say, Artosis did hammer together a lot of sentences, and they did mean things, even though they didn't sound the best.
Oh, my God, you're so funny.
Thanks.
You are like Houdini at getting out of any fumble.
I just keep talking till I'm out of it.
You're like, oh, I'm clear now.
I don't know. Like, basically, I open my mouth and a rope comes out and I climb it to the top. Sometimes the rope goes to clouds and sometimes just above the desk.
Oh, you are funny, Artosis. All right, we're going to get this game going. The final best of 3 today to see who's going to move to the round of 16 and who will be knocked out of round of 32 here at GSL Kodas. In the upper right, in the red, we have our Zerg player. 1 of 2, he is...
Starter Curious.
And in the bottom right, we have his opponent and Victor from the previous series. He is...
SK Telecom T1, Sue.
All right. Will this be a game where we see mutas? I think it definitely could be.
I certainly think it's a possibility.
Yeah, this could happen.
The return match.
Curious.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, maybe he should have your job then.
No!
Just commentate with signs.
The floor falls out from under me. I'm like, I fall into an alligator pit. No, it's my time. He comes up.
Well, I think directly below our seats is just the hall out of here, actually.
No, I think directly under our seats is actually the media room.
Oh, is it?
So we could just...
That's where we keep the alligators.
Journalists. Yeah, that's...
To do media coverage of the GSL, you actually have to also know how to wrestle alligators.
Yeah.
Fun fact, that isn't true.
That's why the sports journalists are the best journalists in the whole world.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Right, so we have the expansion hatch over here.
Yeah, look at the production tab. It's going to be basically the same thing from both players. Like small, minute differences that are just kind of stylistic overall.
All right, let's chitter chatter.
Yeah, do it. Start.
Hold on. All right, let's talk about donuts.
Okay, that's good. That's a good subject.
Yeah, it is.
Where do we start with donuts?
All right, powdered donuts, yes or no?
In certain circumstances, yes, but generally speaking, no.
Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts? Go.
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme was actually, you know what? No, Krispy Kreme is okay. Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
that was a tough one.
The warm Krispy Kreme trumps everything. Everything.
The thing about
but I don't care how many trans fatty acids is in that thing.
No,
if that is warm, just put it in my mouth.
Oh no, I know. But the thing is, if they're not warm, they're not as good. But
they aren't as good.
Krispy Kreme, man, oh my God, it's like it melts in your mouth. I'm like, what insane scientists came up with the perfect donut? The perfect donut. Like, you know that somewhere in a lab they finally came up with the Krispy Kreme donut, and the scientist bit into it, and he just looked. He's like, it's perfect. He had boards with molecules that he put together to make the donut, and like little test tubes with little smoke coming out of them.
Yeah.
Because scientists.
And he also had a donut making machine.
A donut making machine. You're so funny. Oh my god. Yeah. Way to shove reality into my face, man. All right. So, have they picked their tech path yet?
They're both doing the same thing here. You know, getting speed, getting baneling nests. You know, it's just completely the same. Still tasteless. So
I'm still laughing at your joke, Mark.
Real quick, back to the topic of donuts. What is your favorite donut from like a Dunkin' Donut type thing?
Like, can I say like Winchell's donuts?
What?
Back in college, do you know Winchell's? They had that?
No. That's some sort of local thing that you're trying to be a hipster about.
No, I'm not. I think it's Midwestern.
Oh, okay.
I used to skateboard with my hipster pants on to Winchell's and get a donut every night during college. Before I got to that age where I just get fat if I eat anything. But
everyone knows Dunkin' Donuts all around the world. So, what's your favorite Dunkin' Donut?
You want to hear a confession?
Yes.
I don't eat their donuts.
You don't eat? You've never had a Dunkin' Donut that you've liked?
I've had them. No, because the Winchell's donuts I had before were better. I like sprinkled donuts.
It's sprinkled donuts. Okay.
Sprinkled donuts are good.
Do you like them with filling or no?
You know, here's what you gotta do. You gotta get at least one with filling and then two without filling. That's how you get.
I've never been able to eat 3 donuts at the same time.
Buys a donut. All right, that's how men buy.
I always do one filling, one no filling. One Boston cream and then one whatever I feel like. Normally chocolate glazed.
Chocolate glazed is good.
Yeah.
But the problem with the filling is occasionally you bite into them and you just get this explosion of goo.
You just got to be careful about it.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely.
What kind of bites are you taking? Are you an alligator now?
Look at my mouth, man. I have this big Julia Roberts mouth.
You do have that. Well, that means the explosion would fit in it easily.
Yeah, but then it gets all over my beautiful Angelina Jolie lips, man.
Well, that's just, you lick it off.
I guess so. All
right, this conversation
with my reptilian tongue.
Yes.
All right, this game's picking up. We can talk about this game now.
Well, they've still done exactly the same thing the whole time. In fact, right now they both have 45 drones. The one thing that we can say is that Curious has fewer lings right now, but you know, all that's going to do is probably have a possible cancel force.
Oh, nice.
Both players getting the Spires right now. So still, like, literally just the same stuff happening from both players. We're 8 minutes and 20 seconds in, these build orders have been almost completely identical.
This is what we call mirror build orders for the new viewers. I don't think he's going to be able to force a cancel here.
Yeah, there's enough banelings and whatnot. But, you know, Sue is sending up some more lings, morphing a couple more banes. He may be able to with some fancy micro and hitting a nice bane. And, you know, this is what happens when both players are going Spire. You have to have little Ling-Baneling wars over the third base.
Yep.
And if you can force a cancel, you get way ahead.
All right.
Curious has got to be careful.
Whoop. It's the problem, those Banelings are slow. So those
looks like he's going to lose that one Bane. Oh, and that's actually, that's fair enough, what we just saw right there. Yeah. That was good moves by Sue. He took too much damage on the Banes, those were obviously going to go down. And now both players making 8 mutas with the armor upgrade. No big surprise there.
Eked out at killing one of those Banelings. Sue's still on the offensive, though.
Yeah. But that's, I feel like that's going to probably end pretty soon. He might bring the mutas up a little bit, try to clean out some overlords. But they're actually still on the same number of drones and making the same numbers of mutas.
And now we got... I guess just continued aggression here. So it's going to be Muta versus Muta. So this is great because we actually could talk a lot about Muta versus Muta since we're Starcraft 1. We were Starcraft 1 pro gamers. We know a lot about Muta versus Muta. There's a lot to go on here. Yeah. Here come the Mutas now, actually. Now, how many Overlords are actually out on the map? About an even amount. They're spread out as markers.
Yeah.
So I think there's a high chance Sue is going to end up cleaning off a good amount of these Overlords. Yeah, Curious.
It looks like he's going to get at least a couple of them, whereas he's moved all his Overlords off the side of the map with Curious on it, so... That's definitely a good thing for him. So yeah, there you go, the second Overlord. I like how he goes for the faraway one first to make sure he can't get away.
There's definitely an art to how you pick off each of the Overlords.
And we can see that Curious is actually supply capped, so this is a little dangerous area for him for a moment. And while those Overlords build, there's a slight unit advantage for Sue, but not something he's going to be able to get a win off.
In Muta v. Muta, it made it sound like it was a Supreme Court case just there. Muta v. Muta. in Muta versus Muta, you want to get armor because in a big Muta versus Muta battle, remember the Mutas have those glaives that bounce off, so you need that armor. You see a massive difference.
One armor stops 3 damage.
Yeah,
it's just
crazy.
Such a huge difference compared to the attack. And the next armor is very powerful as well, but it costs a lot of gas to get that next armor because armor upgrades for flyer units do cost more than attack upgrades. So
yeah.
You have to decide what you want to do. I actually did kind of like how Roro went for 2 armors, though.
Yeah.
I think that might become a trend. There's a possibility. All right, well, here we go. The Muta's actually coming over here and sniping a queen.
Really nice.
In the meantime, his Ling's trying to run by.
He's got a lot of Lings. Anything can get over here. He might even get that gas station. Oh, good defense there. One Ling's still going through.
That was quite the explosion.
And he actually has too many Mutas.
Oh
and
my
now
God.
he needs to park over this area. He can actually get that hatch.
Sue actually kind of destroying Curious right now. He's done
Sue
so much
just
damage.
has superior ZVZ. I don't.
It could be the case.
That happens, man. Oh, and there's more Lings on
Sue's
the way.
been the aggressor all game long, and it's not changing when the Mutas are out either, even though he's so close to the rallies of Curious, and he's already done so much by even killing that gas.
This angle is so good. And he is going to clean up here. By the way, Curious is getting air attack, by the way, that upgrade. Bit strange.
That is right, he is.
It looks like he had slightly more Mutas.
He's got to run away from that
queen
as
is
well.
doing that additional damage.
It certainly is. And, well, how is this actually going to end up?
Weird. All right, but more Lings now getting that queen. And the Mutas have to stay here. Really nice Muta micro, by the way.
Yeah, and it looks like Sue is just going to overwhelm
just about
him.
it.
He's caused so much mismining of the gas, I guess. How do you want to put this?
Yep, GG. He's caused so many hiccups in the income.
Yeah,
Gas.
yeah. That was more of a burp there.
Why are you so funny today?
I don't know.
You are so funny. I say that's causing a hiccup in his economy. You're like, I'd say more of a burp. Oh, man. Wow. Wow.
I'm glad I can impress you, Tasteless. You make me feel good about myself. All right, so Sue really vastly outplaying Curious here, keeping aggression on all game long. Curious not able to even defend in Muta vs. Muta when they started Mutas at the same time. It's pretty impressive.
Curious might be stuck in a rut, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you lose 3 one-sided games to this guy. Can he really Can he really bounce back and win the next 2?
Well, I think he can. It can occur, but
it's going to be tough.
From what we just saw in that straight-up game, if I'm Curious, I'm definitely leaning more towards my all-ins again.
Yeah.
Whereas, Sue did very well even defending against a Curious all in there.
Well, it's amazing. Sue has shown us so many different Zerg playstyles, and he's just making them all work.
Yeah. That's very true. I don't know what Curious does from here.
Was Curious a StarCraft 1 pro gamer?
No, I don't believe he was. He
okay.
He may have been like a practice partner, but I'm fairly certain he was not an actual pro.
But Sue was, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So if he played Zerg at StarCraft 1, that might be why, because this feels a lot like SC1.
Oh, yeah.
Easy, so that might be it as well.
No, he definitely was.
All right, guys. We're here in Seoul, Korea, the esports capital of the world. We're in Group C, round of 32 here, and one of these 2 is going to advance. The other one is out.